welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to film a quick video today on some of my favorite makeup brushes. This uses a little bit of a dark lighting. I'm not using my ring light right now just because I kind of want to utilize some of the daylight that's still left. So I hope you all enjoy, and then we're going to do face brushes first. Just a quick side note, please excuse the dirtiness of my brushes. I haven't washed them. Okay, so brush number one is going to be my favorite brush that I love to use for foundation, and it is going to be this little guy, and it's just a flat top kabuki brush, and it's actually just an Ulta brand brush. This brush is just your basic flat top kabuki brush. It has super dense bristles, and I have been wanting to try the Sigma, I believe F80, that holy grail foundation brush that everybody raves about, but I have a feeling that it's pretty much just this with a longer handle. If I'm wrong, sorry, please don't get mad at me. I have a hair on my face. There we go. These next four brushes are actually going to be all from Real Techniques, and the first one I'm going to start off with is going to be the pointed foundation brush. So this is the Real Techniques pointed foundation brush, and okay, conflict with this. This is supposed to be a foundation brush. I know it does say pointed in the name, but seriously, for a brush this small and for foundation, not happening in my book, no. So I find this really good for adding any kind of concealer or precise location of any products. For foundation, not so much. Next one I love for using under my eye area for blending out any concealer, and it is the Expert Face Brush, also from Real Techniques. This brush could be used for foundation. I have used it to spread out my foundation and buff it into my skin. Normally I don't use it for foundation only because I'm constantly using that kabuki brush. I do find myself using this for is because since it's tapered in this shape and the way that it's domed here, I find that it's really great for the under eye area, for spreading out your concealer evenly and also going all the way up around into your lid. And once after all my powder products have been put in place, I always feel the need that to go back in there and blend everything out, and for that I love using the Real Techniques Duo Fiber Face Brush. So the fluffiness of this brush really makes it great for blending out all your powder products. The fact that it's duo fiber and it's not very heavy or dense doesn't mean you're going to really be moving around too much any products that you have placed. Again, this is from Real Techniques, super affordable brush. This actually came in a set of different types of duo fiber brushes, and all of them are really great, but this one I do use on a daily basis just because you always got to keep blending out those harsh lines. And the last one from Real Techniques is going to be a little guy that I absolutely love for highlight, and it's actually supposed to be a setting brush because that's what it's named. So this is a setting brush from Real Techniques, and so since it's a setting brush, you can use this to set any powder products such as, well, like in your T-zone area when you're doing a highlight, or underneath the eye area for your concealer. Another good thing I like about these Real Technique brushes is the handle itself is like this metal. Handles usually give out super fast on me, and these metal handles seem like they're going to last a pretty long time. And the last brush that I love using for my face is going to be a Mary Kay, I think this is just called the big, or it's just a fluffy face brush. So this is my Mary Kay bronzing brush or face brush that I use for bronzer and for soft contouring. It's nice and fluffy and big enough for all over the face. Not too big though to where you're having bronzer go everywhere. And one more that I just want to throw in here, another Real Techniques brush is going to be the multitask brush. Basically what I use this for is just to use to set my makeup. I dip it into my translucent powder or just my pressed powder, and I just use this and pat this all over the face, and I'm good to go. Okay, so next moving on to eye brushes. Okay, so a while back on Hot Look, if y'all are familiar with Hot Look, it is a online, the best way I can describe it is like an online discount boutique. They have different brands or vendors or lines that go on sale. They're typically like higher end lines, and they'll go on sale for a certain amount of hours or a certain amount of days, and you can get some really good prices on some what would typically be higher end pricier things. So a while back they had a crown brush boutique open or sale, and I got a set of eye brushes from them because it was really affordable. I think the whole set was only like $12, and I got like multiple brushes in that set. And a lot of those brushes I do find myself using a lot. Not every day, only because some of them are real precise or fine and I don't really need them on a daily basis unless I'm going to do something really tricky. But usually if I'm just doing like a simple everyday look, there are a few that I will be constantly grabbing from that. And one of them is going to be this little guy right here. Unfortunately, I don't have the name of the brushes just because they're not named on the brush itself. It makes me really sad because I can't tell you the exact name, and I've tried looking for it online to get the exact name of the brushes, trying to go by picture, because other than that it's really hard to differentiate. So if you guys go on Crown Brush though, like on their actual website, you'll probably be able to find the exact same match as this. For this no-name crown brush, which I'm really sad about because I wish I could tell you guys the name of this, but for specifically this end of it, I use this to put on any base eyeshadow all over the lid area. It really helps you get underneath the brow bone or underneath your eyebrow when applying a base shadow. Also, since it's tapered, you can probably use this for blending. I have used it to blend out my highlight on the brow bone into whatever color I have diffusing up into the crease. The next end of the brush is this pointed end, and really I like using this for the outer V to buff out any color that I have put there and really just create that nice smoky look, and also to put into the crease if I want like a more cut or defined crease. Next is going to be a Mary Kay brush, and this is the eye smudger brush. If you guys ever want to get like that smoked out liner underneath your eye, or you really want to smudge out any eyeliner you have going on the top, seriously get a brush like this. It's just like almost a flat shader brush. It's very lightly tapered on the tips, but it's seriously, the end of it is so smooth and it pushes out the product so nice, and it gives that real nice smoky look. Next is another Mary Kay brush, and this is a cream eye color / concealer brush. You can use it to however you like or however you need to use it. I actually use it for concealer, but to shape my eyebrows. Like I said, I like using this to define my brows with concealer, and this seriously does a trick for me. The density of it is just right enough, and then if you flatten it out, it goes real nice and thin. So when it's up against your skin or underneath your brows, it just like glides so easily, and you can just really get that nice fine line precision. This next brush is seriously, I use it every single time just because it is so crucial for everybody to have this kind of brush, and it is the Essential Crease Brush. They knew what they were doing when they named this brush. You guys, out of all the brushes that I'm talking about today, this brush is my absolute favorite. Seriously. Out of all the face brushes and out of all the eye brushes, this one I gotta say is totally essential. It's the name, it's so appropriate for it. I use this for my crease every single day. Now, why I use it, I just feel that the way that this brush is tapered, the size of it, the diameter of it, it's just absolutely perfect for blending out my crease. Okay, these next two brushes are actually brushes that come with the product. Usually when brushes come with products such as eyeshadow palettes, it's typically they're not like the greatest of brushes, and people will just kind of like throw it away. But these two are actually decent. So the first one is going to be what came with my Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner, and it is just the brush that comes with it to line the eyes. This is the brush that I use to do my wing liner, my cat eye. Pretty much anytime I'm using any gel liner, I will go for this brush. So this little Maybelline brush that I have been using for my gel liner is just great. What makes it so great? I really don't know. It could be just the size of it. It could be that I can get a really nice fine line with it. See a lot of people using a hard angled fine brush for their wing liner. I do want to find something like that, but right now this is what I'm working with, and so far it's great. I use it every time I use my gel liner. Okay, and the next brush might actually shock you, but it's the brush that comes in the Naked 3 palette. It's this rose gold colored brush from Urban Decay. Do I use this brush to put on the eyeshadow in that palette? No, I don't. But what I did find for specifically this end of the brush is it is phenomenal for highlighting your brow bone and the inner corner of your eye. Alright, so for this weird little discovery, So yeah, this is just the brush that came in the Naked 3 palette. Like I said, I use this to highlight underneath my brow bone and to highlight the inner corners of my eye. I don't know what it is. It could be that it's lightly tapered at the tip, so it spreads out the product pretty evenly. And also the fact that it has this really nice pointed tip on it. Like, it's very slight to where you can really get underneath the brow and just highlight where you need to highlight. And same thing, you can just really get into the inner corner of the eye and, you know, just have the highlight do the job it's supposed to do. The next brush is the greatest eyebrow brush that has been put on the face of this planet. Is that too much? No, it's not. It is going to be the Anastasia Beverly Hills number 12 brush. I cannot say enough good things about this brush and for what it does for your eyebrows. So this is literally the brush of life. No, but for real, if you guys are struggling with your eyebrows, either one, you need to check your product to see what kind of product you're using. If you're using a product that requires a brush, which in reality, any product that you use could use a brush just to push out and blend out any product. But really check your brush too, because I think what makes this brush so great is that the bristles, they're still soft at the end, but it's so fine and short that it gives like the right amount of stiffness that you need to precisely put any product and color. So, and the size of it is also really convenient too, because you can get like you can get multiple looks for brows with this brush. You can get that real defined eyebrow look, or you can also just get a really natural brow look with just some feather-like strokes and, you know, just light placing wherever you feel like you have sparse hair. But other than that, I mean, it is a great. I highly, if you're gonna go spend on a brush, this is one of the ones that I would say make an exception for and get this one. And last but not least, it's something kind of like an odds and ends brush that I have, and I actually have 3 of these because these were part of the crown brush sale that I had mentioned for the eye brushes. And it is going to be this little bullet looking brush right here. It's retractable. And it is a lip brush. It's really convenient. You can just throw it in your purse, and when you need to touch up on your lipstick throughout the day, you don't really need to take any lip liner with you. You can just take your lipstick and this brush, pop it out, and you can really get like a nice precise deposit of color. If you guys have problems with applying any kind of bright lip because you feel like it gets all over the place or it's too messy, give a lip brush a try. It's seriously going to be your best friend. Okay guys, and that pretty much wraps up my favorite brushes at the moment. Like I said earlier, if y'all have any suggestions on brushes for me to try, or if you guys have tried any of these brushes, then comment down below or give this video a thumbs up. And thanks for watching, and I hope you guys found this video a little bit helpful. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!